We are here.
Rhonda and Kayla here. There we go. Yeah.
I want to leave this up so it like gives us light, but isn't in the frame.
Right.
There we go.
There we go. Very nice. Okay, so we are here to talk about Tarot Delights. I'm
Yes.
Rhonda of Goddess Garage, and you are?
Kayla, Wayward Spirit.
Yes. So, one thing we've got to do, if you're watching this, even on the rewatch, it's Monday, May 5th? 4th.
Fourth.
It's May the 4th
It's
be
May
with
the
you.
4th.
So,
These are not the droids you're looking for.
exactly. So, send some energy to Kayla because she has a job opportunity coming up on Thursday, and hopefully, she will
Yeah.
skip to that next level in her life.
Fingers crossed, but I mean, it doesn't affect my current job.
No.
And it's just a step up in the sense that more consistency.
Sorry. It was still in the frame.
Oh, was it? Okay. No, it's
I
all
think
good.
because I moved the phone, so.
Yes. No, it's all good.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I went to like move it completely out of the way.
Right.
And I was like, if I do that, we lose the light.
Yeah, yeah. The light that's on our beautiful faces.
Yeah.
So we also, in Kingston, Ontario, where we live, had a witches show.
It was a witches market. It was
Witches
really
market
cool.
that really sounded like it was, really great.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of fun, lots of people coming through. I wouldn't mind being part of the next one, so I might.
Yes, definitely. So my friend volunteered. So
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I could get you the name of whoever it is.
Okay.
So my friend was gonna go with
Actually
me.
know who it is.
Oh yeah, you do know who it is. You're always connected. What am I talking about? No, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't. We should like yeah.
Yeah, they approached me last year.
Yeah.
But last year just wasn't a good year for me, and I was just like, no, I don't. Not that it wasn't like it was a good year, but it was like, I don't know if you've ever heard the term. I only have so many spoons.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I figured you know
Yeah.
what that meant.
That is an amazing term to use too,
And
right?
all my spoons had been taken.
Yeah.
It's like I can't do anymore. But yeah, Tracy is the organizer, and
Yeah.
so yeah, and it's Tracy, not the Tracy that was at the show, but another Tracy.
Okay, another Tracy. I was like, Tracy was the organizer?
No,
Tracy's
no.
got her hand in so much.
Yeah,
But it's another
but
Tracy. Okay.
It's another Tracy. Anyways, so and you got a very cool new
Yes.
deck.
So Hay House put this deck out in 2025. It's called The Witch's Way Home. And it's about like a lot of self-discovery and kind of finding that like magic within you.
Okay.
I'm really interested to see how I can use it with Reiki and if any
Nice.
clients have some like self-discovery type questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. It's always great, and it sounds so. Uh, when you tell a client this, get to know yourself, fall in love with yourself.
Mhm.
They're always like, yeah, yeah, whatever, and we kind of dismiss it. It's a little dismissive.
But you shouldn't though.
Oh, well, I've learned the term of the only relationship or the relationship you're going to have the longest for your entire existence is with you.
Yep.
And that is so true outside of the divine.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have that relationship with God, goddess, whatever you want to call it, that divine energy, and yourself. And really, our journey, as they often call the hero's journey,
Yep.
is reaching that full enlightenment. And what that is yes, it's wisdom, yes, it's knowledge, yes, it's spiritual power, that sort of thing. But mostly what it is reconnecting with the divinity within yourself and fully embracing and loving it.
Mm-hmm.
Love, because that's the strongest force in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't tell you the number of times, I'm sure you heard me say this a million times, I sound like a Disney princess when I say love is the strongest force, but it really is. And I was pointing out to a client this week, or actually next week, or last week, I mean, I'm getting all my times mixed up, because today's only Monday. So last week I was pointing out to a client, they were catching a lot of shit from their boss
Okay.
because they're not doing as well as they would like to, or
Okay.
as well as they have in
In
past.
previous.
Yeah,
But I mean, everyone has seasons, right?
everybody does, and there's always like ups and downs in
Mhm.
any job, right? And this job has a very specific way of measuring things,
Okay.
right?
That's hard.
And the boss is getting on this person
Mm-hmm.
because they're in a downtime. But I pointed out the boss sounds like they're barking. Like, when a dog barks
Oh,
incessantly,
totally.
it's all about being insecure for the dog. You know, like if you ever watch Caesar Milan, the dog whisperer, he's always like barking often is a sign of insecurity
Oh, okay.
and the dog not feeling safe.
Okay.
It's not that they're actually going to attack you, they just want to sound like they're going to attack you. So you'll go away and leave them alone.
Okay.
And
Yep.
people do it too, but we do it in a different way. We do it by getting angry. We do it by, you know, being frustrated, by yelling at people, blaming other people for shit in our lives, kind of thing. That's us being the barking dog. So I kind of pointed out to this person, your boss is being that barking dog. And he can only kick you right now while you're down. Because when you're up, he can't say bad things about you because you're doing great. But he's feeling insecure because he knows how good you are and potentially how good you can be. So let's kick them while they're down, right? And when they kind of, I saw the flip in their mind when it connected.
Oh yes, I love watching that.
Yes, it's such a great thing,
When
right?
they're like, oh yeah, there. Nope, there's the click.
Exactly. And it
Yeah.
was just like ding, and we've got an idea. Like and the mindset changed. Right? Because now it's not, oh my boss is picking on me, he's being such a asshole, la, 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 and it's all pity party. Now it's like, oh, I get it. My boss is insecure and scared of me in some ways. So now you feel more powerful. And now you can feel pity
Yeah.
for your boss, because it's like, oh, so that changes things. So when you feel pity for someone, normally if you're a healthy human being, you kind of, you know, have some love, some compassion for that person.
Yep.
I mean, there are people out there that, oh, I pity you, and they come down from their conceited throne. But hopefully most human beings are like, okay, I get it, you're scared of me, so, because I'm so amazing. You know?
I need that. I need that energy of like, I'm so amazing. I'm
Yeah.
not good at tooting my own horn.
Yeah, and it's okay to toot your own horn if you do it in a humble way. And the way to do that is to be in the place of love. And then, you know, and it's funny how if someone's really good at something, or if someone has an attribute that is naturally there, that's a really good attribute, you often find they don't have to say anything. I used to use the example of if a guy's got a big penis and people start making small penis jokes, all the guys in the room that have the big penis will sit quietly because they're like, I got nothing to prove. If you want to see it, ladies, I can prove I've got a big one. So you always look for the quiet guys when the small penis jokes come out. Because the guys
That's too funny.
the guys that are arguing against it obviously feel insecure.
Where did the so this is off topic again, other delights.
Yeah.
Where did the like big truck small penis thing come from?
Oh, yeah, the big car.
Yeah, like if you've got like a big honking like F-250, da 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 da, you're overcompensating for something.
Yeah,
like
same
I've
thing.
always grown up with that trope.
Okay.
Because-
Well, I grew up with the muscle cars or the Corvettes.
Yeah.
The sports cars, right?
Yeah.
Often gotten at midlife crisis time.
Yeah.
But also, you know, like Corvettes are like basically penises with wheels. And it's like, are you making up for something? Yeah.
Maybe it's just society's mindset, but like my brain was just kind of like, that's such an interesting parallel.
It
Like,
is.
Why was that the parallel that they were like, you can tell the size of a guy's penis by his car?
So if he pulls up in a smart car, he's got a huge penis.
Okay, we went tangenting way.
We're way
sorry
off
about
there.
that.
Well, you know, we're using the technical terms. I'm
Yeah,
not-
yeah, we got it. No, but you're right though. Like people need to just chill out,
Yeah.
and it'll be.
But it's funny if you're secure in what you like. Let's say it's a knowledgeable thing. Like
Yep.
you are really smart. Most people that have true deep knowledge, and hopefully wisdom to go with it, don't have to, you know, show that or prove that.
No.
It's proven when they open their mouths.
Mhm.
You know, it's sort of like, you know, a person can become better looking or less attractive once they open their mouth.
Yes.
No matter who they are.
100%.
So I love Maroon 5. Love Maroon 5. You know, I love their songs, all that kind of stuff. And Adam Levine was on The Voice, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't really know Adam Levine, nor do I know him right now. It's not like we go for coffee or anything. But
like
when
you
he was
learn-
on the show,
you learn stuff about him though by how he talks.
and when he was on the show, I could take him or leave him,
Yep.
right? But he started talking, and he started, being the coach, and I'm like, he's getting better looking and better looking with every single episode because he was so kind. He was so compassionate. He really, I felt like everything he said was from the heart,
Mm-hmm.
and with care. And he was not a surface kind of person,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, damn, I put him on the laminated list as
Okay.
as
Laminated list. Oh my god, I love it.
but I've always told my husband that if I do happen to meet Adam Levine in real life, I'll tell him he's on the laminated list, but I'll never actually sleep with him because he's kind of skinny and I would break him because I'm rough with my toys. I could admire him.
Yep. Yep. No, I get that. That's hilarious. I forgot about the list.
Yeah.
Isn't there a Friends episode that's like,
that's
you
the
made
word.
the list, taking you off the list.
Ross got his laminated,
Oh my
he
God.
couldn't switch people out.
That's too funny.
So I always say, oh, that guy's on my laminated list.
Laminated list. You're on there for life.
Yeah. Norman Reedus is also there. Oh, gosh. But yeah, it was funny how, the more Adam talked, the more in love I became
Well,
with him.
some guys just have that confidence, right? Like, and then there's other guys who think they have that confidence and swagger, and then it just is like, ew, the more you talk, the more I
Yeah.
just know.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And it works the same with women. Women, you can come in and you're super hot, you're beautiful, and you talk and you're like, oh, no.
Yep.
Or there's, like, I have a girlfriend of mine who is, very pretty, I think. And I love talking with her because she's just got this light about her.
She does. I've met a couple of people like that. Like
Yeah.
when you describe your friend, I don't talk to her anymore, but I went my first job she ended up working at for a bit with me, and like there is just something about her
Yeah.
that has this light. You cannot help but be drawn to her.
Yeah.
But it's because she's kind and she's compassionate.
Yeah.
And in all the right ways.
Right.
Right? So
yeah.
it's just really sweet. And honestly, I haven't met the same type of person like her in a long time.
Yeah, those kind of friends I think are few and far between where
Yep.
they just have a light. I've had the privilege of maybe knowing a handful of those
Mm-hmm.
kind of people where it's like, yeah, I want to be in your energy because I just love talking to you. I love being around you. I feel Casey Affleck would be like that. Catherine and I had to talk about, would you rather go out with Ben Affleck or Casey Affleck?
Okay.
They're brothers, right?
Yep.
And I'm like, Casey. And Catherine's like, yes, I'm so with you, Casey. Because I just feel like Casey would be more entertaining and more stimulating and interesting to talk to. I'm at a stage in my life where I'm not looking to have sex with these guys.
You're like,
just
what's
wanna
going to
have-
entertain me?
I just want to have a good conversation, a nice bottle of wine, perhaps.
Yeah, but I think that's a good thing though, because then you can also evaluate from a different perspective.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And not that you're judging, evaluation from not a non-judgment perspective, but just of like a
Well, yeah, if you're younger, you tend to base a lot of your likes or dislikes on physicality. Because, like, let's face it, we are animals and we're looking for someone to procreate with,
Yep.
Potentially. There's, even with protection, there's always the potential that it could
it's
happen.
not 100% effective.
Exactly. But, yeah,
Every health
way,
class will tell you.
exactly. And the way I looked at guys before and after, like I'm through menopause, and a lot of people are shocked when they hear my age. It's like, it does change a little bit, But my grandma was like super into young men, I mean, not in a bad way, but she was very entertaining, and I think she enjoyed their company. She was very young at heart, so I think that I've kind of developed that a little bit too of I tend to like people that are much younger than me. Not that I don't mind older people, I love them too, but I don't know, there's something about the youth.
Well, youth is youthfulness can be attractive too, right?
Yeah.
And in the right combination of someone who knows what they're talking about, is not overly flaunting. Like, there's just that perfect storm of situation. And
Yeah. And there's not that many among the youth, because there are stupid things that youth say. I've been in that group myself where I look back on some of the things I've said and I'm
Yeah.
like, what the hell was I
I
thinking?
hear it every day. Every
I'm
day.
sure.
There are days I walk away from conversations. I'm like, I don't need to hear this, nor do I want to hear this, and it has nothing to do with
Kids'
school, so I
conversations
can't even say anything.
are
So
so bizarre. It's just like, really? Is that what you're thinking the world is going to be
well,
like?
like, and they
Or-
asked me the stupidest questions. So like,
Sure.
I'm not like I know we're above 18 here, but like, it was something sexual adjacent, and I
Okay.
was like, we're at snack right now.
Yeah.
That is not appropriate.
I can open
like,
your raisins if you like, but
like
I'm not going to answer that question.
no, no, and I'm like, if you want to talk amongst yourselves, great. Don't let me hear it.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm pretty cool that way. Like, if you wanna, like, the odd swear word slip, yeah, okay, don't do it.
Yeah.
But like, don't be stupid about your conversations.
Yeah, but they have like it's weird how a lot of women say after 50 the filter comes off. And unfortunately they feel like the filter is that I'm a bitch now. It's like you don't have to be bitchy,
No.
but at the same time kids don't have a filter either. It's like every thought that comes into their mind just has to
Automatically
be,
out their mouth.
yeah, exactly.
In some of them, I'm like, do you think before you talk? They're like, no. I'm like, yep, you can tell.
Yeah, yeah. And I think there's something to the credence of being seen and not heard. Because what it does, it's not to be dismissive of
It
children.
just makes you think.
It makes you also listen, right?
Yeah.
Because when I was a kid, and my mom did enforce the you are to be seen and not heard.
Mm-hmm.
So, and because I was the first grandchild as well,
Yes.
I was among a lot of adults for a while
Yep.
before cousins started showing up, right?
See, I was the tail end of one cousin generation, and then there was the second cousin
Okay.
generation. So yeah, I hear it because I
So,
was around a
you
lot
know,
of adults.
I sat and listened.
Yeah.
And I heard the adult conversations because half the time they did forget I was in the room. But it was like, it's sort of a skill in learning how to listen
Yeah.
and learning how to filter, like, Mom, I need to ask you a question. And I would ask her a question if it was important. I'm not going to bog her down with every little thing that flits through my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it's not that I want children to be dismissed and just don't ever speak again.
No.
But sometimes people put too much weight on a 6-year-old's opinion. You know, it's like,
Oh my goodness.
who's your favorite Pokemon?
Well, and it's interesting because that was one of the. So I'm trying to remember what interview questions they asked me last time, and one of those was like, "How do you find out your kids' strengths and abilities?" And it's like getting to know them, joke with them, figure out what they like to do, and then you can kind of figure out where their strengths and abilities lie, and then you can lean into that,
Yeah.
right? So it's like,
100%.
and
I
it's
love
like
it.
creating that like not relationship, but like just
No,
that
no,
that
yeah, that
common
connection.
ground. Yeah,
Yeah.
that common ground so that you can go, okay, if you really like Pokemon, and like there was no, that was a game we did during summer camp one year. But like if I had a kid who really liked Pokemon and struggled during class, I would be like, okay, if we did our work first, we can go catch some Pokemon. In which case I would like drop paper Pokemon in the yard somewhere and he can go off and grab them or whatever.
Oh, okay.
That would be an example of what I would do to help, like, in, like, you do this first. And then some kids that wouldn't work.
Right.
Some kids,
Right.
they'd be like, I'm not doing it anyway. And you're like, okay. So you have to kind of, like, rework your way around that.
Yeah.
But connection is so important, regardless of...
It's important with all our relationships.
Yeah.
Right? Right from a kid to adults. Like, I mean, my father was the king of conversation
Mm-hmm.
and getting to know people in a very intimate way very quickly. Now, it was because he was an assessor,
Yeah.
both in the Children's Aid Society and in the psychiatric wards, right?
Oh, yes. So he would have definite skills there.
He definitely had
Yeah.
mad skills, and he was also a court expert reporter as well, assessing families and things
Yeah.
like that, right? So
Well, they don't always often get a lot of time to assess, so you learn really quick
how to
what-
get there quick,
how to
yeah.
get there quick and how to get there accurately too.
Yeah. So I had the honor and privilege, I didn't feel like it was at the time, but of hearing my dad, not at work, but he carried it into his other parts of his life, right?
Because it's just innate. It's there.
Yeah, it's just part of who he was. And like I said, within 10 minutes of knowing someone, he knew who they were, where they went to school, what they want, what their dreams are, who their parents were, what their parents did, how many siblings they had. Like, I'm not kidding when I say this, right? What
But some
religion
people
they grew
have
up
that
in.
gift. Like I remember before I went to college, I took 2 years off, and so I'd be like traveling to work and like waiting for buses because who had money for a car. And people would talk to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I have therapist written on my forehead?
Right.
And I might as
right.
well have.
Yeah.
Because, like, they would just spill everything. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
I get that a lot too, and I think that's from my mother actually. 'Cause
Yeah.
my mother had that, you know, come talk to me.
Yeah.
She was not a friendly person necessarily, but
You didn't know her as a friendly person.
but yeah, like
Yeah.
she was the therapist every time she went into the hospital to have a baby, and there's 7 of us. She was always the therapist on
the ward.
the ward,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and it's just like, so I have a bit of that myself because I do
Mm-hmm.
get people coming up to me and telling me random shit, whereas my daughter knows how to block it.
Yeah.
If she doesn't want people talking to her, they don't.
Yeah.
You know, and she glares at them if they do.
Well, that's fair though, but that's protecting your own energy, which is
It
so
is.
important.
It is very important.
Yeah.
But I also have the gift of the gab from my father, and I'm
Yeah.
able to get in close to someone pretty quick, and I'm telling them things that they're like, you know, how do you know this? And it's like because of the way you've, like I always say when I'm teaching tarot, learn to read the person,
Yep.
not the cards necessarily. The cards help
Mm-hmm.
open the hard conversations, but learn to read the person.
Which I remember that because I've been doing a lot of like just throwing random cards down
Mm-hmm.
and then throwing a category on it to see if it would flow. Just
Okay.
because I'm not reading as often as I used to.
Okay.
So just to keep those skills there.
Yeah.
And it's only half a reading because I'm not reading an actual person.
Right. Yeah, it makes a huge difference when you actually have the energy of someone in front of you, whether it's via online or
Mhm.
in person or whatever. And that's sort of the topic of today is, does the tarot, is it able to predict the future? And have you had moments of that where it's predicted the future? For me, I have a handful of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yep, it did.
Mine's more Reiki related.
Okay.
So like the only time my Reiki is really predicted, there was, and I don't advocate for Reiki to predict medical stuff because that's
No.
like, go see your doctor, please.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
the love of goodness.
I always do that when people want to ask about health in their
Yeah.
tarot. I always jokingly say, the first thing I need to tell you is I'm not a doctor.
Yep. I almost want to like write that into my waiver, which I probably should. I gotta rewrite my waivers. That's a good idea. Thank
Okay.
you for that reminder. But like I remember I had a client once where for some reason like it was in her like shoulder chest area, and I'm like, there's something there. I don't know what it is. If you feel like getting it checked out, get it checked out. Like I'm not a doctor, but like I was constantly getting pulled there. My hands were really hot.
Yeah.
And I think she ended up having, because it was the one you told me about. She ended up having a condition or something. She went and saw her doctor, and the doctor was like, "Yep, you got something going on."
Oh, wow.
And they were like, she was like, "Well, my Reiki person told me."
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because, of course, I am a Reiki grandmaster as well. And yeah, you're right. Like when I was doing full Reiki sessions, it was weird how you would get pulled to certain areas. Or
Yeah.
you'd be like, something's off here.
Yeah.
There was a guy that had a bad knee.
Yep.
And I felt like gravelly on my hands.
Ooh, that's interesting.
And I asked him, have you had problems with your knee? And he's like, yeah, I injured it. And it seems to be acting up again. And I think it was shortly after that that he had to get like knee replacement or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
The heat intensity of my hands goes differently. That's what I've noticed, because I was going to say the one person that I noticed it was a knee as well. She had injured it,
okay.
old sports injury.
Oh,
But I
okay.
didn't know until after the fact, because I often don't ask for a ton of information up front.
No, neither
I
did I
want-
for Reiki.
Hey!
Oh, hello!
Who have we got?
The Honorable 222.
Ooh, interesting.
222.
Thanks for
The
joining.
angel number of the triple twos.
The triple twos.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
And then-
hello.
Timing of tarot, too, like, depending on what suit, it definitely has a way of working itself in, right?
Yeah. Like, I mean, if I see a lot of wands, for instance, sometimes if they're not feeling like it's a career thing, because that's often career as well,
Yep.
but it can touch on health. And again, the cards aren't going to say, by the way, you have this. You're not going to get a diagnosis because I'm not legally allowed to do that, first of all. But also, it's a wake-up call to pay attention.
Yep.
To your health. Now it could be spiritual side, it could be mental
Yep.
well-being, it could be physical, but if you're having any kind of symptoms in any way, it's not a bad thing to check in with your GP and to check with your, maybe you need a dental appointment,
Mm-hmm.
because they can often see things before even the doctors can.
Yeah, well, your
And
teeth have a way of showing what's going on,
oh
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, 100%. And check in with a friend maybe if you need some mental health
Mm-hmm.
sort of upkeep or whatever. And spiritual, like just ask your angels or something for some guidance there. I am not an angel. So,
Maybe in the next life.
yeah, maybe in the next life, but actually no, because like people often talk about, because I've done mediumship readings too,
Mm-hmm.
about how, oh, so and so died, or my grandma or my grandpa or whatever, and now they're an angel. It's like, okay, no, you're either an angel or you're not an angel.
Mm-hmm.
And when you were created an angel, you always stay an angel.
Yeah. So if you're human, you're not an angel.
Yeah, and you're not going to become an angel. That's not what enlightenment is.
Okay.
Enlightenment is not becoming an angel, because angels are angels. We're humans. We can become enlightened humans,
Yep.
definitely, and that's definitely close to that realm. We still don't get wings, though. Damn it.
But wings are so much fun.
I know, right?
I want wings. I think we have our own little like situations and powers.
Oh, we certainly do. Well, we have the free will contract. Angels always have to act divinely. We can go, fuck you, we don't want to act divinely.
Oh, the kids use that every day.
I'm sure
They're like,
they do.
You can't stop me from. I was like, okay.
Yeah,
as
you're
long
not the
as-
boss of me.
As long as you're not hurting yourself. You're right, I can't stop you. And that's okay. You're allowed to, figure out the F around and find out.
Yes,
I
yes.
love that. I'm like, go for it.
But what I really love about tarot, as far as prediction goes, is that tarot, like anything else in the universe, is all about patterns,
Yep.
right? And finding those patterns. And from my teaching that I've often said, like, look and see what's repeating.
Mhm.
Are you getting a lot of this suit? Are you getting a lot of this number? Are you getting, I don't like it when people do come in for readings and say, let's say I flip the tower over and they're like, oh, I always get the tower. I'm like, okay, that's a sign, that's a pattern that you're not listening.
Yeah. If it's a repeated pattern and you haven't figured out why it's a repeated pattern, maybe you need to listen to said pattern.
Yes, exactly. And I get so many clients that come in with pendulums that they feel like it's always giving me a yes or it's always giving me a no and it doesn't seem to do anything else. And I'm like, well, what question did you ask it? What's the
Yeah.
last 3 questions? Well, they've all been the same. Okay, your
That's why.
pendulum is not working. It's just pissed off with you because you didn't accept the answer when it first answered.
So now I want to ask my pendulum consistent questions. Not the same question.
Yeah.
But I almost want to like buy a cheap pendulum. Not that they're not cheap because
Yeah.
they are worth it.
Yeah.
To see if it'll get pissed off at me.
You're going to try and make your pendulum angry at
Because
you.
I kind of want to see if it'll do. Because like tarot cards have sass.
Yeah.
Do pendulums have sass?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely.
I know.
I think they're
something-
more sassy than the cards are.
Really?
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
have to figure that out.
But yeah, like, if you're not going to accept the answer for what it is, and barely without reflection too,
Yeah, you got to reflect on that.
then your cards, your pendulum, hi,
Hello.
like they're gonna just go, well, fine, you don't want to listen, so I'm just gonna say no, 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 no.
It's also too, and I also like. I think it is a good idea. Like if you had a personal pendulum, I think I have a personal pendulum,
Mhm.
a Reiki pendulum, and then like a client pendulum.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
Reiki chakra clearing. Like, is the chakra cleared? Yes,
Yes.
or no. And then I have a personal one that like nobody touches but me,
Yeah.
and then a client focused one because then
Yes.
the energies aren't getting
Getting
muddled.
confused. Yeah, muddled. That's a good word for it. Yeah, and I do have the same thing. I call my Reiki one a health one.
Yep.
Because I'm just seeing, when I scan someone, I often will use my pendulum to scan what their chakras are doing, what their aura is doing, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, and it like you say, it's good if you keep them separated
Mhm.
because your personal one then knows your energy.
Yeah.
And oh, I'm talking to Rhonda. Here we go.
Yeah.
And then the health or Reiki one, knows that, oh, I'm only used in health or,
Related things. Yep.
Yeah, grounding kind of things.
Mhm.
So yeah, and then the client ones, if they're just asking, like I get a lot of pendulum
Readings.
readings. Yeah, it's
Good idea.
it's interesting. I actually don't have it on my website, but I do get it requested a lot.
I mean, if you don't need it on your website, why put it there? right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if it's already a cash flow for you, or at least a consistent service.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't need to be advertised.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I get that.
We're
I mean, it's
losing
not
count.
as popular as tarot, obviously, but it is fairly popular.
I'm going to try and read some comments.
Oh, okay. There's a comments.
Because
Comments.
there's definitely comments.
Okay.
I just have to find them.
Okay, sure, no worries. So Kayla will be looking for the comments. So we're talking about, can tarot predict the future? And in some cases I say yes, in some cases I'm like, tarot kind of illuminates pathways that you're already on, and you always have the choice to step off, go backwards, and not backwards in a bad way, just in, I want to back up a little bit and go this way. You know, it's kind of like I went on a wrong direction here, so I need to back up and then go this way. But I do see patterns a lot. Like when I do my New Year's reading, so I only do it December and January for any clients. I have a personal deck and decks for our clients. Oh, nice, yeah.
And then that's me answering.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's totally a great way to be too. Of, you know, your tarot deck that I don't have a tarot deck. I mean, I do and I don't. I have a tarot deck that I do use on myself, but I don't do readings on myself. I surface read is what I call it for myself.
Okay, so you don't dig deep?
I don't dig deep because there's always a bias you're gonna have.
Okay.
I tend to like to ask someone to do a reading for me
That's
because
fair. Yep.
I have been told I'm a reader's reader, so I do a lot of readings for other readers,
Okay.
right? Because, you know, it's sometimes if you have too much skin in the game, you're like, and the old joke is I just keep flipping the cards.
Yeah,
till
you're
I
like,
get the
I
one
don't
you
like
want.
this card. Let's do something else.
I'm going on a trip. Yay,
Yeah.
okay, we're done.
I love how I pulled the trust yourself card.
Oh.
That's hilarious.
But, you know, like when I did the New Year's readings, especially it was 2020, I think it was. I saw a pattern of COVID, and I didn't know what it was
Until after the fact?
because I was doing December and January, so no one knew what COVID was yet. They started calling it Corona, as they called it, coronavirus. But everyone's reading for that year coming up in 2020. I think it was 2020.
Yep.
In March and April, I was saying things, and people often record my readings, and they were playing them back for me, saying, "You're going to feel isolated. You're going to feel like
Yep.
everyone around you is wearing a mask." And in one lady's reading, I said, and I think that's going to be quite literally. And we jokingly said, maybe there's a masquerade she's going to.
A masquerade. That would have been so much better than what we had to
I
deal with.
know, right? It's like, oh, I'll wear the eye part.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Del Toro masks would have been helpful.
Yeah. but you know, it threw me for a loop to think, oh my God, I called Corona, right?
Yeah.
And I called the lockdowns. And one lady even asked me, because she was a business owner, because a lot of businesses had to pivot, and she asked me, when will it end? Because they said, oh, we'll be closed for a week or two and then we'll go back to business. And, you know, it slowly turned into a couple of months. And
Sweet. Like, it was like a year, wasn't it?
well, it was a few months at least that we had to be shut down.
Oh, we were shut down for a couple of months, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, if it was March, we were shut down into summer.
Yeah, like it was April and part of May, I think we were shut down
Yeah.
for. Because I can't remember the exact date I said, but I told her a date and she said I was off by a day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it was like, oh, okay. And I've had that happen to another client of mine, not Corona related, or COVID related now, as we call it. Asked me, she wants to know if a man's going to walk into her life because she was looking for love. And I'm like, oh, okay. And we did the reading and I said, oh, I see April. April's going to be the day or the month that he walks in. And I said, it's going to be in the later part of April, but I see him walking in. And she said, she got back to me on this. She waited and she waited and she waited. And April 30th, he walked into her life. She's like, you weren't joking about the later part, were you?
You're like, any day, April 30th. I bet you she was like getting a little nervous.
Yeah, she was. She's like, maybe she's wrong. I'm like, I've been known to be wrong too. You know, I'm not a all-knowing, all-seeing. But it was funny. But another client too, I told her she was going back to school. She was in the middle of a divorce. She's like, I don't have money or time for school.
Yep.
And I said, well, I see it. And I told her the date, and I can't remember the date now, but she circled it on her calendar in big red marker, and she said she circled it because she wanted to prove me wrong.
That's
What?
usually what, like, good intent, like, because I've done things out of spite and they've worked out, but it's like, the intention of it shouldn't have been out of
She
spite.
booked a reading with me in September.
Yeah.
As I said, sometime in September. I can't remember the date. And she came in. The first thing she said is she showed me the calendar, and she said that's the exact day I went back to school.
God, that's hilarious.
She thought I was just BSing her, like, you know.
Well, a lot of things can change, right? And like tarot
Mhm.
readings are very much about the energy at the time and the options you have available to you, and they
Mhm.
kind of give you a clarity picture of
They do.
what's going on, and you
Absolutely.
can make a more informed decision,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Like that's the way I love reading tarot.
Yeah.
Is like, especially like a couple of the choices spreads. Like, mind you, I also love having like energy readings too, just because I'm so connected that way.
Yeah.
But to have those choices of like, and don't get me wrong, don't make your choice based off of tarot, but like
No,
you can always like have your choice, be like, oh, I'm really stuck here, and then tarot can kind of reveal maybe why you're stuck,
Yeah.
or this is what you need to look into further, or
Mhm.
like there's so many different layers.
There's a lot of layers, and it can go very deep
Yeah.
sometimes, to the point where people are actually quite emotionally upset.
Mm-hmm.
Or they feel lighter and they're more joyful coming out of it. Sometimes they're like, I have more questions than I came in with, but it makes them reflect on the right questions, as opposed to the ones that they're just surface talking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, when I read myself, I surface read, but then if I feel like there's something that's big there, I'll either sit with it and reflect on it,
Yeah.
or I'll go to someone else and say, hey, this is the situation. I want you to see what do you see in there,
Mm-hmm.
right? And because it is very hard to read for yourself, because there's always going to be some bias, whether you like it or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing if you read for family members. Now, when I had my other business, which was a spa, I did cater to family members. I advertised them, come on in, come on in.
Yep.
In tarot, I don't, and it's not just because my family, half of it doesn't like tarot, but and thinks it's like demonic. But even if they weren't like that, I still wouldn't.
You're too close.
I'm too close.
It's like, so when I got my degree in behavioral psychology, my grandmother thought it was just like a counseling degree, which was part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, oh, you need to talk to so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so because they all need help. And I was like,
Here's all the crazy people in our family.
I can recommend a good therapist,
Yeah.
but I will not be said therapist.
Right,
I am
right.
too close to this.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to know all your big dark secrets, Uncle Eddie or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah, because it has an effect on you.
yeah.
And they've even shown that generational trauma trickles down whether you want it or not. And I know I've told you many times, the first time I did the blanket exercise, it's a First Peoples exercise, but everybody should do it. It's not just for First Peoples, but it's about learning the history from that perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And I wept at it because I did not realize how much generational trauma that I was carrying around was there.
It's interesting too. You are 100% correct. And even if you think you've had the best life, because like we all think, life is crap when we're teenagers and young
Yeah, of
adults.
course,
and,
yeah.
we
Nothing's
think
fair.
Nothing's fair. We think we know everything, and I say that as someone who's gone through it. I didn't realize how well I had it until I started working in the schools and then seeing some of the trauma that came out of some of these children, and I'm just like,
Right.
how? Like,
Yeah.
who would do that? But apparently, families are not made the same.
No,
So and
true.
it's unfortunate, and it happens.
And sometimes
um,
it becomes a vicious cycle.
And sometimes it does become a vicious cycle. There's been a couple of things said that I'm like, that's a red flag.
Right, yeah. Because you also have the advantage of having training in spotting that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas, generational families that have had trauma throughout can't see the forest for the trees
No,
almost.
they really can't. And it's one of those like for example, and I'm not saying this is regular, but I did run across a couple families. I'm like, how can you not have your child have lunch? Like to me, that's just I would rather see my dog eat than make sure I have dinner.
Right, yeah.
Let alone my children.
Yeah,
Right? So
yeah.
it's like I I've always been that way.
Mm-hmm.
So to not send your child with a lunch floors me.
Yeah.
But then again, if you're choosing between your child having a lunch and maybe rent, right? Like
Yeah.
there isn't that awareness
And unfortunately, in Canada, a lot of families are getting to that point
it's
where
true.
they're having to make those very hard decisions.
It's really hard. And like
Do I buy the bread or do I buy the toilet paper? Because I
Yep.
can't afford both.
or I don't judge a child's lunch
Yeah.
because I have known too many kids that have sensory issues with food.
Yeah.
So if
okay.
their lunch looks like crap but they eat it, that's better
Right.
than no
right.
food at all.
In my day in school, it was a different story because we were allowed to trade.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, we still harp on the kids for that because they're like, oh, can I trade you? And I'm like, will you eat the food you brought, please?
And it comes naturally to a Native American. So
Because you're bringing all that culture down.
I am.
You're like, oh,
I'm only allowed to do it because I am Native American. But it's funny because like we in our classrooms would have the rich kids lunches, and they were the ones that had the Twinkies and the caramel cupcake
Yep.
things or
Yep.
the puff fruity things, which are just garbage, right? And meanwhile, like my mom's giving me health food. You know? I'm like, I hate what I've got. It's like, but mine was actually the healthier food.
Yeah.
It's like,
And you don't appreciate it until you make your own lunches.
Yes.
Because like there's kids that are like, oh, I brought this, but I don't like it. And I'm like, do you want to know what I have for lunch? Because it's pitiful.
right,
It's
right.
absolutely pitiful. Because I enjoy sleep more than I enjoy feeding my body. But that is
Both
my
good things for your body.
Yes, but that is my adult decision to make.
Yes.
And I
yes.
spend my money on adult things, including food. I went to the grocery store this weekend twice, mind you. That's a whole pet peeve of mine. I don't grocery shop at all. Like I
Oh,
hate grocery
okay,
shopping. I
okay.
hated even before COVID. I've hated grocery shopping.
Oh, okay.
So I literally texted my husband. I was like, if we ever do a Valve renewal,
Yeah.
I'm putting going into the grocery store twice on a busy Saturday on the first weekend of the month is loving you.
right. It is the ultimate act of
Yeah.
love.
We had forgotten something, but it
Oh,
was
no.
important. So
Oh wow.
I wasn't
wow.
about to be like, too bad, get it yourself, because I'm
No,
already
it's
out.
it's funny because a friend of mine and I, when we were both young mothers, we actually liked grocery shopping because it was the only time we could spend money with permission, right?
Okay.
You know, it's
So
like
I don't live in that world, right? Like we have our own, like, don't get me wrong, we go together for bills and things, but like we are very much separated as far as
Right.
finances.
Oh, okay, yeah, but now actually since COVID hit, I'm happy to get Instacart to do my grocery shopping for me because it's like I don't want to go in and I don't want to lug groceries and all this stuff, right?
No,
It's too
not
much.
worth it.
The only thing is I will shop for my own produce because I don't always trust the shopper.
Well, that makes sense because like, when
I
did
feel like sometimes they just grab whatever's handy and not
actually
like me
look
who
at
would
it.
pick through it and
Yeah.
make sure I get the best of the strawberries or
Oh,
whatever.
I was doing carrots for Bosco. So my corgi eats carrots as a bedtime snack. We don't give him milk bones or anything. Just
Oh,
'cause
okay. Yeah,
we've
no,
never done that.
carrots are great for dogs.
Exactly. And so trying to find the little mini baby carrots right now is atrociously hard.
Oh, really?
Because of all of the, breakdown of systems baloney going on.
Oh, okay.
And so I texted Josh, I'm like, okay, they're not at this place. What about this place? He's like, they might have them, but you know who really will have them? This place. And I'm like, okay, I'm going there. Screw the middle place. Right? Like, I'm not going back into a store I don't need to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But, like, that's
I'm all about, like, if I'm going grocery shopping these days, I want to get in and get out.
Yeah.
I don't want to dilly-dally. And I often have to go with someone.
Mhm.
Like, so if I'm going to something like Costco, my daughter Catherine has to come with me, or my son Marcel has to come with me.
I don't blame you.
Because it's like, I can't do it alone. It's too much energy.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's a lot.
It is a lot.
And it's not that I'm picking up on people's energy. I guess I am, and I'm not. But at the same time, yeah. But I also have a bit of agoraphobia, so
But it's also, like, people get in your way, and it's like being driving. What was I
I'd
driving?
love to drive up to the doors and go, okay, go pick me some grapes. Yeah, those aren't good enough. Go back and get better grapes.
Sketch 22, right?
Yeah.
You want people to pick your groceries or the proper way?
Exactly. So that's my in between. I'm at the door in my car. You have to go get it for me, and if I approve, they'll go in my car and I'll
Yeah.
lug it up.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, can tarot predict the future? it's a yes and no, and it's very paradoxical.
Yes.
You know, it's like, it's sort of like asking, am I going to become an alcoholic? Well, if you go to the bar every night after work, yeah, you're probably going to become an alcoholic. Like, it starts with one beer and then it goes to 3 beers, and before you know it, you're having 8 beers a night, and you know, you can't help it. Now it's a problem, right? But if you stop going and only maybe go on Friday nights just to blow off some steam after work or whatever, no, you won't become an alcoholic, you know, that sort of thing, right? So there's always that decision, right? That it tarot is good at enlightening 2 or 3 paths or opportunities or whatever, and then you make the decision as to which way do I want to go. And I've even done readings where it's like, well, should I do this or should I do that or whatever kind of thing. And I'll say, well, here's the row for if you went down path A, and here's the row if you went down path B. And then I'll show it to them, and they'll say, well, I like path B better. Okay, and I'll flip another card to see how that decision
Affects everything.
affects everything
Well, and
else.
I like that too, because like, so when I do energy readings, it's like, it's almost like a past, present, future. It's like, this is where you were, this is where you are, this is where you're going, this is the energy it takes you to get to, like, on your path, and this is ultimately what the outcome is going to be. And then if that's ambiguous in any way, shape, or form, I'm like, okay, what does this card say? Like, I'll just pick another card.
Right.
And it just
Right.
helps bring clarity to the situation, depending on how. And you've always said tarot is as specific as tarot as you are with tarot. Tarot will be with you.
Yeah.
So I try anytime someone comes in. Well, I don't know. Can I get a love reading? What about your love reading?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what about?
Yeah, so I will often employ my father's skills that we were talking about earlier and get them to talk.
Yep.
What's your love life been like? You know, and nothing bothers me because, again, in my past business of the spa, I was the queen in Kingston of Brazilians, both male and female. So nothing shocks me. Nothing. So I'm like, what's your sex life like? Because a lot of people will tell you about their love life but won't tell you about their sex life.
I feel like those go hand in hand.
They do, very much so. I mean, they can be different.
They can
but-
be different,
But, you know.
but like that one definitely influences the other.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. But not everyone's ready to settle down or
Sure.
whatever, and
Yep.
and that sort of thing. And surprisingly, it's men who are more often ready to settle down than women.
That surprises me.
Yeah, I know.
Society is dictated the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, but if there's multiple partners, it's
Mm.
often women who have them, not men, which is kind of interesting, because considering, like you say, what society kind of wants to push out there and portray.
Yeah.
Even in the sitcoms, they have it so the husband's always wanting to do it with the wife, and the wife's always saying no, and it's
Yeah.
like, I think it's kind of reversed in reality for a lot of it. And
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah, because as you know, when I get men coming through my door, about 99.9% of them come for a love reading, and most of them are wanting to settle down, and what can I do better to
Oh,
either
interesting.
keep this person or get
Yeah.
back this person or whatever it might be, kind of thing, right?
Mm.
So yeah, it's often about love. Very, very rarely is it not about love. There's maybe been 2 readings I've done with men that isn't about love.
Isn't about love.
Mm-hmm. Whereas women, they do everything but, and if they're doing love readings, they're usually, should I stay or should I go?
And then in that sense, you've already made up the decision. You're just looking for validation.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of times it turns out that way. Because they
Yeah.
often say, should I stay or should I go, with their foot halfway out the door.
Yeah.
It's like-
If you're getting a tarot reading about whether you should stay or go, you've already made the decision.
Yeah. But sometimes you need to kind of
Figure it out.
figure it out, get some clarity
Yeah.
around it. You know, like, I mean, sometimes there's leaving a bad situation too.
Oh.
And they just want that sort of, yeah, you're right. Because, you know, we all know the term gaslighting, and maybe they've been gaslit and, you know, sort of, well, I feel like he's not being a good person or she's not being a good person, but I don't know, because, you know, the partner has influence, right? And it can be very negative influence where
Yeah.
you're like, am I the crazy person in this
It's really too
situation?
bad though, because that should never be the case. You should never be gaslit into.
Of course not, but we do it
Yeah.
because we're cruel to each other as humans.
Oh my God, are we ever?
Even with people, in fact, more often with people we love,
Yep.
because we feel safe in being mean or angry or frustrated or lighting or whatever we're doing, or passive aggressive is another big one that partners will do to each other, right? and we get mad when we get called on it, or we get mad when it's done to us, and we get scared to call our partner on it, whatever it might be, right?
Yep.
And sometimes I've gotten couples in, and I'm like, wow, you guys are quite a pair. I need to talk to you individually. You know, they're doing it to each other while I'm sitting there.
And then you're like, oh, this is gonna be a long road.
Yes.
Or it's a very short one, depending on how you want to do things.
Yeah,
Get them get them independent and be like, do you want to stay or do you want to go? Figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
This ain't healthy.
Yeah, exactly. This is extremely toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, as humans, we experience that. Sometimes we're the cause of it.
Mhm.
Sometimes we're the victim of it. Sometimes we all want to be the victim of it, because when gaslighting became a term, a buzzword,
Mm-hmm.
I cannot tell you the number of clients that came in and said, well, he was narcissistic and he gaslit me. And I'm like, okay.
Did he actually?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I've had 20 readings this week, and all of you have had men that are narcissistic and have gaslit you. That's just too many in the
Statistically.
mix.
Statistically, there are not that many narcissists.
Yes, and narcissism is an actual clinical mental health condition. There's no treatment for it. And you can have narcissistic tendencies,
Yeah.
but not every guy walking the planet is a narcissist.
Yeah, there's so many tendencies do add up to narcissism,
Mm-hmm.
but you can walk around with tendencies and not be narcissistic.
Well, that's like they say, all of us carry some sociopathic tendencies.
Yeah.
But doesn't make us all sociopaths, right?
I like that. I like that analogy.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, yes, we all have tendencies. We can all be bad. We can all be good. It's just which way are we going to choose in that moment? And it is a moment by moment decision,
Mhm.
right? As opposed to, you know, I get 10 decisions a day and I've made my 10 decisions. I'm
That's
not
it,
making
I'm done.
any more.
I've met my quota.
Exactly.
Imagine we could do that.
Yeah. Use that as a reason why
Oh my
I
gosh.
can't decide whether I'm coming to your party or
Oh, I've already made my 10 decisions today. Sorry. Ask me tomorrow.
yeah.
But ask me before 10 a.m. because I'm probably going to make 10 decisions before 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Exactly. Like the old Marines.
Can you
They get
imagine?
done before 10 a.m. what most people get done in a whole day.
In a whole day, yeah. No. Well, it's like my grandfather, I think my grandparents used to own a horse farm at one point. My
Oh,
grandfather
okay.
was military at one point. Like, they've had so many, like, little intricacies in their careers.
Right.
And, like, that's built them into the person that they are.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm like, how have you lived this many lives in one?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's like every time I ask a question about a family member, you're like, oh, this, and then this was happening, and I was working here, and I'm like, that's a completely different career since the last time we talked.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, I feel my life is a little like that. I always feel like, okay, this was when I was doing this. This was when this was happening to me. And my friend Diane, as you know.
Yes, that's who I was thinking of when, like,
She
so
always,
I was
like-
originally talking about my grandfather, but the longer that conversation went, I was like, I'm thinking of Diane.
Because she's got these awesome stories
Yes!
about 20 different careers that she's had. And they're always really interesting.
I know.
She's always saying, long story short. I'm like, no, keep going. Like, I'm okay with you dragging this out.
How accurate, I can talk today. Do you think, oh, what was it? I ran across it recently, so I saved it.
Oh, okay.
Where is my actual memory? No, I don't want memories. I'm going to be very recently saved. How to tell time in tarot. So
Okay.
wands are typically days and weeks.
Yep.
Swords are weeks to months.
Yep.
Crap.
Cups are
Cups are...
isn't coins like our pentacles seasons, and then cups are longer? No?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes. It's not letting me. look
It's
at it.
over a year kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think. If I remember correctly.
Okay. It's not letting me. Why is it not letting me?
And it says wands are the fastest one. I thought swords were the fastest one. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. It's happened. Rarely.
Pentacles are months/years, and then cups are weeks/months.
Okay, so what are swords?
Swords are weeks/months.
So
What?
no, that doesn't make sense. Okay,
No,
so
that doesn't make sense either.
Wands, they say, are days.
Days is days,
Swords are weeks.
apparently.
Cups are
Cups, it says week/month, but that's the same as swords, so that's
yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
And then pentacles is month/years. So one of them is
Okay.
years and one of them is months.
Yeah, so cups are months. Or no, there's days, weeks, months, and then seasons.
Seasons. Okay, so I would say pentacles is seasons.
Yeah, pentacles are seasons. So it's like if you're in the summer season and they're asking you a question, you get the pentacle. If you're asking about timing,
Yeah.
I'd say it's not going to happen till the fall.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, that's another funny story. So I was doing a summertime reading for a client.
Okay.
And she wanted to know about when someone was going to walk in that was going to be the love of her life.
Ooh.
So
Did you see?
I did see. I said I only saw images though. So
Okay.
I said I see leaves falling, and I was smelling. So I had it doesn't happen to me very often, but I was smelling, that fall scent.
Oh, I love that crisp
Oh,
fall
me
scent.
too. It's just awesome.
It's right up there with rainfall,
Yes, yes.
which is apparently a generational thing. Like the newer generation can't smell rain.
Oh, that's sad.
I know.
Because I love the smell of rain.
I don't think
I love
there's-
the sound of rain on a tin roof.
That is the best.
Yes, yes. So anyway, so I said I see leaves falling, and I kind of smell that autumn air.
Autumn.
So autumn. Okay, so it's summertime right now. So I go away. She waits. I don't hear from her.
Yeah.
Fall comes and goes.
Okay.
As far as I know, I don't know. Maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. The next fall comes around. That's when she messages me. She said, I waited and I thought you were wrong because autumn came and went. No,
Okay.
man.
No, man.
But the next fall,
Okay.
he did walk into her life. She's now married to him.
Ooh.
And it was like, so I wasn't wrong. I just didn't know
No, which fall?
Didn't know which fall.
Yeah.
And it didn't give me a year or
That's
anything like that. It didn't
interesting.
clarify that. It just said fall.
Mhm.
The century of fall. And yeah, so I wasn't wrong. I just didn't know that it wasn't the upcoming one. It was the next one after that.
I mean, it's interesting too, though, right? Because like I always think back. So like, Josh and I went to Niagara Falls,
Mm-hmm.
and we were arguing about something to do with the drive.
Okay.
And so he went for a swim, and I was just angrily shuffling cards.
Okay.
And all I remember is there were a lot of swords in that reading.
Oh, yes, yes. Swords come out when you're angry.
Yeah. So, but I've never really taken, because I didn't bother writing it down, which was my fault, because that's one of the readings where I'm like, we're not married. I wonder what that reading originally said now that I know the tarot a lot more.
Right,
So I'm
right.
like,
Yeah, that's a good idea. Like if you're going to pull cards for yourself, journal it.
Yeah, definitely.
So you can look back on it, because again, I've always said this to people that come to me and want dream interpretations. And I often say, they'll come and say, oh, I dreamed about a purple chicken laying striped eggs and la la la. And I'm like,
Alice in Wonderland month?
yeah. They'll be like, what does it mean? And I'll say, well, tell me the 5 dreams after it and 5 dreams before it.
Yeah,
Or 10 dreams altogether, generally speaking.
because then you get an overall cohesive picture.
Yeah,
Yep.
because you see the patterns that are happening.
Okay. Yep.
Because your brain speaks to you, your subconscious part of your brain, which is the part that's speaking to you when you're dreaming. It speaks to you in pictures, because a picture is 1,000 words. Because your subconscious does not filter anything. Because we filter stuff out all the time while we're awake, and we're actually in the slowest part of our brain waves.
Mm-hmm.
We think we're fast, but we so are not.
No.
Our subconscious brain is way like 100 times faster. So it flips through the pictures telling us all these things. It's like a big game of charades when we're sleeping.
This picture and this picture equal this.
Yeah. And we're like, a house, a car, a boat. What is it? and so when you see the pattern, it like, because we're trained to see patterns. That's our go-to position. That's why we recognize faces. That's why we see faces in a lot of things, like the burnt toast or the muffin blueberries or whatever. We see the face because a face is a pattern, and that's our most recognizable pattern. We like to see other faces like ourselves. But we notice all patterns, and math is about patterns, music is about patterns.
Oh, music is 100% about patterns because it's basically math.
Exactly. That's why they're
Like-
universal languages.
how I always understood music and I could never get math. I'll never understand.
I know. I played the French horn band
Yep.
in school, but yeah, math. I took, what was it, algebra twice, and I got worse the second.
Worse the second time. Oh my god.
The second time.
I mean,
around, 'cause
I've
it's
had
like,
that happen.
I so don't get this.
I've had that happen, but mine was English.
Okay.
But I was like, oh, I only got a 60. I want to try for a 75.
Right.
But then, like, other situations changed.
Okay.
So I had to pull focus, and that is why I ended up with a 60.
Oh,
Like, it was, like,
okay.
barely the same.
Right.
So
right.
I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, no.
It's like, yeah. I mean, I'm good at math when it comes to concrete kind of math.
Yep.
But I'm horrible when you start throwing letters in, when you start doing imaginary things. It's like,
Imaginary. So the quadratic formula is not your best friend?
no, not at all.
Which is really funny. We should actually try. Actually, I would have to remember how to do it. I know what the quadratic formula is because my grade 9 math teacher put it to Pop Goes the Weasel.
Oh, okay. Nice.
But I would have to
mnemonic
relearn
kind of tricks.
how to solve it.
Right. My grandma always taught me mnemonic tricks, but she taught me with like letters, right?
Yep.
Like it spells out waffle or whatever it is, right? She probably wasn't good at math either. That's why she did letters. Right?
It's okay. There's math people and then there's not math people, and I'm not one of the math people.
Yeah, I'm not one of the math people. My mother was an English major.
Yeah.
Well, she had a double major. She had history and English, so we're more word people in my family,
Yes.
I think.
Word peoples. Word peoples is
We
where
can
it's
count to 10, no problem. But anything beyond that,
at. I mean, if you're a musician, you're only counting to 8.
Yeah.
So.
anything beyond 10, we got to take our socks and shoes off.
Oh, I love it.
But yeah, I mean, yes, I guess yes and no, I guess, like I said earlier, is the answer to that question. That yes, tarot can predict, but it predicts possibilities. It doesn't write things.
Concretely.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, with the New Year reading, that was a little bit different because I am seeing patterns.
Yep.
And I do see those worldwide kind of patterns in people because, you know, if April is bad for everyone or August is bad for everyone. And I just saw a thing just last week, I think it was, because I think there was some turbulence happening in the sky. It's sort of an as above, so below kind of thing, right?
Yep.
And a lot of posts on Facebook were saying, I'm really off, I'm missing a day, you know, I woke up and I wasn't...
The energy's been weird.
It's been really weird.
This,
so,
was it you that said the Scorpio moon is not for manifesting, it's for letting go?
yes, I believe I did say that, yeah.
Okay.
It's about going in the dark, too.
Yeah, it's
So-
about, like, yeah. Because I just...
Scorpions love darker things.
Yeah, it was just interesting because, like, I know there are some moons that hit the calendar, they're not for manifesting.
Yeah, yeah.
And usually that's the dark moon, right? Like, you don't
the
do
dark,
a lot.
and you don't do a lot. New moons, you can start to manifest, but you're not bringing things into fruition.
Yeah.
You're just planting the seeds. And full moon is more when, yes, things are coming to fruition. Now, it might not be the full thing. Like, if you want to plant the seed of having $1 million in your bank account 2 weeks later, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have...
That may take a lot of work. A
Yeah.
couple of years.
But you can, you know, hit that next level. Maybe you've been able to save $100, and then
Yep.
next time 1,000, and you know it starts to snowball. And if you're really disciplined, yeah, I mean you do make $1 million or more than that in your lifetime. But there's also things you have to spend it on. You can't hoard it all.
One of my kids was asking me about that. I'm like, where do you get off asking me about my budget? I'm like, I'm responsibly broke. They're like, oh, so you're broke. And I'm like, no. I'm responsibly broke.
Yes.
All my stuff is paid for. Just afterwards, I don't have a lot of stuff.
I love that term. You introduced me to that term, and I love that term. Responsibly broke.
But at the same time, you've always said, don't tell people you're broke, because then that puts it into the universe.
into the yes.
And I
But
think-
you're saying you're preferencing it with responsibility. So
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing. But yeah, like you don't want to say I'm broke because especially since you're saying I am,
Yeah.
you know, it's like my bank account is not, you know, maybe where I want it right now, but I've paid all my bills, so that shifts you into gratitude of
Yeah.
I've got a roof over my head, I got food in my cupboard, gas in my car. I'll be okay.
Yep.
I'll
100%.
get to the next paycheck.
Next to the paycheck. Well, it's funny you should say that because I don't know how one of the kids was asking me, but they were really bored today. It was an off day, and
Yeah.
normally when they try to get under my skin, they try to ask about my finances, which I don't offer up a lot of information. So if you want to ask me if I'm broke,
Yeah.
go for it. I'm just gonna answer I'm responsibly broke, and that's it. That's all
Yeah.
you're getting out of me.
Yeah.
Because they don't understand the concept of like.
No, but
you
they
need to-
know money is a hot button topic.
Yeah, there is
clearly.
it is a hot button topic for some people in some households, but at the same time,
It's caused more marriage breakups than affairs have.
it's true. It was funny because it was one of the grade 7 kids, because the grade 8s I can understand, they're learning about financial literacy right now.
Oh, okay.
So like when they didn't understand taxes,
Mm-hmm.
I actually opened up one of my pay stubs and just showed them the tax portion about what
Okay.
gets taken out, like CPP,
Who's
EI.
this FIFA guy? And why is he taking all my
Why
money?
is he taking all my money? Rachel, when she works at the coffee
Yeah.
shop. And they're like, why are they taking money? I'm like, because we have to pay taxes. Our healthcare is not free.
No.
Our roads don't get fixed for free.
Yeah.
This is the stuff you're paying into. If you ever get laid off, and I gave them the example, I'm a 10-month-a-year employee. I don't work I do work in the summer, but like, I don't officially work in the summer.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Like, I work for myself more in the summer. And like,
So the government covers you for those 2
for
months.
those 2 months, and then
Yeah.
I pay them back every year, the 10 months out of the year.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
that's-
And like Judge Judy likes to point out, if you're in Section 8, it's not that you're getting cheap rent, it's that we, the taxpayers, are paying for your rent.
Well, that's it. And I think there's so many nuances of things, and I know people are arguing for UBI and universal basic income and things
I
like
think
that.
that's a great idea.
I think it's a great idea because people are not.
And I fully agree with a social safety net.
Yep.
Because not all of us are mentally or physically able to
Work.
work. And that's okay.
Yep.
I mean, we've got to help those that cannot do for themselves. Right?
I've met some kids that
Yeah.
will
that-
not be able
yeah,
to work
exactly.
for whatever reason.
Yeah. Or maybe they can just do a part-time
Yeah.
job, but it's not enough to pay all the bills they're going to have as
As adults,
Yeah. Yeah.
And some parents don't have the forethought, because like I've met some really great parents, and I've met some parents who just don't have the forethought to be able to put money away for their kids.
Or don't
Or
have the
don't have
forethought
it.
or the ability to
Yeah.
put away. Maybe they're just paying what they can now.
Yep.
And yes, they'd love to put something aside for their son or daughter. You
But
know,
then that's not always possible.
it's not always possible.
Like,
yeah.
for example, I should have a retirement, and I think I have a little retirement, but not as much as it should be. You know, I'm
I
still,
don't think anyone ever has as much as they should have.
well, I don't know. I know a family member that wouldn't let their spouse retire until there was $1 million in the.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. And
Yeah.
even $1 million, it won't take you that far these days.
I know.
Which is crazy. I think that they were saying it takes $500,000 to raise a child.
Yep.
It's like
If-
$500,000.
$500,000? It's probably more like $1 million.
Yeah, probably closer to that now.
Because if you counter intuition and stuff,
yeah.
like, are you cutting them off at 18 without? Like,
yeah, are they on their own after that?
Are they on their own after that, or are you actually counting all their? Like,
I'm done.
Never mind. Oh my god, that just yeah.
Oh yeah, no, they don't leave the nest at 18. They want to, and
They want to or they don't, depending. Like, you couldn't pay me to stay home, but at
Yeah.
the same time, my bills would have been easier.
yeah, and like sometimes they move out and then they move back in.
Yep.
I've had that happen, and it's like, oh, you're back, but I've already changed your room to my gift wrapping room.
Yep.
What shall I do with all my gift wrapping?
That's too funny.
Yeah, and he brought a friend too.
Oh, yeah,
So-
that's interesting too when that happens.
Yep.
Who was I talking?
He's
to?
my adoptive son.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, they were both amazing. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were awesome. I love my son. I love my adopted son. I love my daughter.
You got
I
some
always
good
wanted
kids.
3 kids.
Well, you got them.
I got them.
Yeah.
And I'm Mohawk, and that's what Mohawks do. We adopt people. My brothers and sisters and I were always bringing home people that
yeah.
became brothers and sisters to the rest of us. You're now officially adopted.
Yeah. No, I had friends like that. They'd be like, well, not that, because my house was not the gathering house.
Oh, okay.
Just because my parents worked stupid hours.
Oh, okay.
So it never could be the gathering house.
Yeah.
So I'd go over to my friend's house and they're like, you staying for like the night or you just popping in?
Yeah.
They're like,
Right.
I just need to know for numbers for dinner.
Yeah. Do I need to put another potato in the pot?
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Yeah. No, they were always really good.
Oh, well, I think this was pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went on a few tangents as we do, but
We talked about timing and tarot and
yeah,
how it can be helpful.
yeah, absolutely. So if you're looking for timing, you can just draw a card out. Oh, I got the Tower card. Speaking of which, but you can take that number too, I guess. But I will use that sometimes. All right, so I got the Three of Pentacles. So that means I'm waiting a season for
Yep.
whatever it is. Like, so it's wands are the fastest. You said. I thought swords were the fastest
I don't see
because they
don't-
cut through bullshit, right?
Yeah, that would make sense. I got the King of Swords as my first.
So I think swords actually are the fastest. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But swords
would be days then,
days.
and then wands would be weeks.
Wands are weeks, and then
Cups are months.
cups are months,
And then
pentacles are seasons.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
And then if you want to qualify that season, you can draw another card and see what you're sort of sensing. It could be just the next season, like if you're in summer, it's coming in fall, or sometimes what I've done in the past is drawn a card to see, is this more a winter kind of season? Like swords are more winter,
Mhm.
right?
Air.
Yeah, exactly. And see what you're feeling. And that's where your intuition can kind of be layered on top as
Yeah.
well, right?
Well, it's all about how you interpret things too.
Mm-hmm.
I just was going through a couple of these. I really like the Free Your Mind,
This is from the Witch's
The Witch's Way Home today.
The Witch's Way Home. Yeah, you already
Yeah.
showed the box. And
The Align Your Body,
stuff. Oh, nice. I like that image too.
Raise Your Frequency.
Mm.
I love this autumn card because it has foxes on it. 'cause
Oh,
I love
nice.
me some foxes.
Okay.
But there was one card I really thought of you.
Okay.
Not the Heal Your Witch Wound, but like this is also just an awesome card.
Oh,
Heal Your
yeah.
Witch Wound.
Yeah.
Reclaim your power, but honor your hidden strength. In your strength, and it's got the bear.
Oh, yes. I'm a Rhonda Bear,
Yeah.
and I'm from the Bear Clan at the Mohawks.
So when I saw that card, I was like, that is Rhonda's card.
Yep, it totally is.
Yeah. But it just and like know you are safe and held.
Oh.
Like this deck just really speaks.
And I
I
love
think-
the feel of it
Yeah.
too. It's got that nice thickness.
Yeah.
and- yeah. Love
It's
it.
got some good card stock back, apparently.
Oh yeah.
I know there's been many a debate on whether or not they have good card stock.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, the feel of the cards are almost as important as what's on the cards. Sometimes.
Well, and it's like because it's like if you don't like the feel of them, you're not going to shuffle them. You're not going to use them.
no, but
So.
I love a well worked deck. Like this
Mhm.
deck is getting to that point.
Well
'Cause-
worked.
Yeah, because remember I had to replace it because
Yep.
something took a walk. I can't remember. I think it was my moon card that took a walk from my old deck. It's the same deck. It's the gilded.
Yeah.
But you can't get the original gilded anymore.
Oh,
It's out of print.
no.
But this is the next best thing.
Yeah.
And I did ask the deck if it was okay with me getting a new deck.
Yeah.
And she said yes. So here's her sister. And her sister has been worked in because I've had her for almost 2 years, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
I gravitate, like, I want more decks, but then
Mhm.
I know I gravitate to the same 5 or 6 as far as tarot are concerned.
Yeah.
So I probably won't, unless they come out with, like, a tree tarot.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
think people, like, an indie deck has, but, like, they're out of print and they're, like, $300. It's not happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's, like, one of those, like, unicorn decks.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Situations, but
Yeah.
so I need to learn, like, whenever I see, I'm like, ooh, new deck, sparkly, and then I have to remember that my brain goes, oh, you only have like 5, so any other decks I get aren't really gonna get played with.
Yeah, 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 I get that because I love sitting down with this deck, and I pretty much the only other one I might use is an actual Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and that's about it, right? Because I like that for when I'm teaching tarot,
Yeah,
as opposed to using this. I'll use this as sort of here's another kind of
Example.
Three of
Yeah.
Swords or whatever.
oh, my steampunk tarot, that's the one I learned with you off of before I had the
Oh
Rider-Waite
yeah, yeah,
Smith. 'Cause I have the little
I remember
Yorkie
you.
dogs.
Oops. Yeah.
Here, 1 second.
Oh,
Let me see if
don't
I
worry,
can.
it's all good. I just thought I saw one. Oh, here I found it the wrong way around.
Oh no, not the wrong way around. There we go.
Thank you.
It dropped. Ace of Pentacles.
Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, doors
We
are
get-
opening.
I was gonna say we get some money going on.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you very much for those of you that were able to join us for Tarot Delights and other delights, as we often get into. And we'll be here again next Monday.
far as I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only one Monday, the Victoria Day weekend. I can't believe it's May already.
I know. Like, where did, like, September took so long.
Yes.
And then now I'm like, how is it May?
Yeah, how are we going into spring? We're almost supposed to be in summer, soon enough, right?
Mhm.
So, yeah, anyways, thank you very much for being here. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video, ring the bells, do all the things that you can do. You can find me on Facebook with Goddess Garage, and you can find her on Facebook and Instagram with
Wayward Spirit. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And I will put all the details in the description so that you can click and find us in all our various spots.
I love it.
All right.
See you
Take
guys
care.
next week.
Bye.
Bye.